Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine. I hope you're having fun, guys. Um, First of all, apologies for appearing late, guys. I got stuck up somewhere, and it's just I don't know how am I here right now, but it was kind of a struggle to kind of make it here, guys. I'm sorry for being late, but we still have time to answer your questions, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just get started. Please let me know your doubts, and let's first of all let me tell you what I've done. I've taken out everything is fine, Ahmed. Nice to have you here. Hey, FPL Jugs. Hey, Bikalu. I'm sorry, guys, for being late. I just got stuck up in traffic. I had gone to see somebody, and it's just. But anyways, that's for another day. Let's get to your questions. I need to make sure you fix your teams within the next 10 minutes. So let's get to it, guys. So if you have any doubts, any questions, let me know right now. So guys, I've made a couple of moves. I've taken out Luis Diaz and Trent Alexander-Arnold for Cole Palmer and 8 Nouri. Those are kind of the moves which I've made. All right, and that's it. That's what I've done as of now. Your views on Haaland triple captain? I think there's nothing wrong. Hey, Yesas, everything is fine. Welcome to the stream, my friend. So Haaland triple captain, I've got nothing against Haaland as a triple captain, but the problem is if like Foden's not gonna be playing and Doku's not gonna be playing, like this, like I'm not sure about, like they've got so many issues behind Haaland. It's not about Haaland triple captaincy. It's more about whether he's got the supporting team to give him the assists. So that's why I would I would captain Haaland, but I would not triple captain him. And by the way, I need to set my vice captain to Cole Palmer. That's it. Now, so in my opinion, if anybody wants to go for Haaland triple captain, I would not be against it. I would definitely not discourage anyone to triple captain Haaland, but I think we're gonna get more chances as well in the upcoming there's a long season, and with Pep Guardiola kind of saying categorically that there's lots of injuries and stuff, so I would kind of want to avoid not avoid, but I think there might be a better time to kind of triple captain. But if anybody wants to go for it, I'm not against it, guys. I think Southampton is like like a more, like you won't get a more prime fixture than Southampton, right? So for example, if you see see Ilkay Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne is not fit, Doku is not fit, Grealish is not fit, Kyle Walker is not fit. So I mean, they've got some problems, in midfield. But I feel Foden is gonna play this game with flanked by Savio, Bernardo Silva. So it's not a bad team by any stretch of imagination. If you want, you can do it. Hey Himanshu, everything's fine. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Johnson or Kovacic? I would go with Brennan Johnson. Guys, everything is fine. I just got held up in traffic. That's all. I went to see a friend, in the hospital, and I got just held up in traffic. That's why I'm late. But we still have time to answer your questions. Don't worry. I'll solve each and every query that I can to the best of my abilities. So CAV says Wiz 2 free transfers: Gordon, Saka to Palmer and Nabumo. I think that's a great move to make, CAV. But remember, you'll want Saka back in game week 12. So you need to have a you need to have a plan to get Saka by game week 12. And if you can get somebody else, Palmer in place of somebody else, and keep Saka, that's also a valid plan. But if you want to take him out, I've got nothing against it, but then have a plan to get Saka back by game week 12 or after game. You'll need him then, because Arsenal's fixtures swing at that time. Yasa says, I've got 3 free transfers, planning to get in Palmer for Saka, 8 Nouri for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I did exactly the same thing, Yasas. But I got in Palmer for Luis Diaz, 8 Nouri for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and rolled my 3rd transfer. So if you want to do it for Saka, that's absolutely fine with me. If you ask me whether Saka is going to play or not against Liverpool, I think if he has even a little bit of a chance, then I think he'll play. You know, because Arteta is always kind of secretive. He doesn't kind of let on too much. You always know that, right? Rate this transfer out of 10. Saka out, Foden in. Abhishek, you know, I kind of... obviously it's a good transfer to make, but I don't really trust Pep Guardiola that much, my friend. You know, that's the only issue that I have. Otherwise, you know, if I know that he's going to be starting week in, week out, then Foden, I would also take out Saka for Foden. You know, that's the only issue I have here. Yeah. Foden could start. Yeah, definitely could start, especially because of the injuries to kind of Doku and Grealish and you know Kevin De Bruyne. I think Foden can start. I've got nothing against Foden. If you ask me whether I feel Foden is going to start or not, I think Foden will start. Yes. He even scored in the Champions League as well. So with so many injuries, suspensions around the Arsenal team, do you think it's the right move to hold Diaz and not sell him for Foden? I think Diaz will play against Arsenal. That's all I can tell you about it. I mean, holding Diaz against Arsenal, it's not the easiest game. You know, it's not even a very high ceiling game for Diaz. You know, so if you don't want to hold him long term, and if you want to move to a player which you want to hold long term, then I think you should definitely go for the player which you want to get in place of Diaz, unless you plan on keeping him for the longer term. Play Konate or Gabriel? I would play Gabriel. Gabriel has more chance of a set piece threat as well. You know, in addition to a. I don't think anybody's going to keep a clean sheet in this game, neither Arsenal nor Liverpool, but, you know, Gabriel might, on the off chance that Saka starts, you know, he might get an assist, get a goal from the corner. Have my wildcard left, don't like Saka whilst he's been taken off, not 100% fit. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, CAV. My problem is I want Saka back in game week 12, so I've just decided to keep him. If he doesn't play, then I'll just get my bench player. That's all I can do right now. I can't, because if I take Saka out now, then I'll have to kind of spend a transfer to get him back in. That's 2 transfers wasted on just taking Saka out. But if you have your wild card, I'm not against taking Saka out. I think Foden will start. Trent versus Mykolenko, pick one to play. If you have Trent, I would play Trent. There's no ifs and buts there. I mean, Trent can score a free kick, Trent can give an assist, he can score a goal. You know, keep an odd clean sheet. You know, Liverpool are the best defensive team in the league as of now. So, you know, why would you play Mykolenko? You know, yes, he kept a clean sheet last week, but that's just one clean sheet. You know, I wouldn't trust that, my friend. You're not triple captaining Cinema Crazy? No, I'm not triple captaining, my friend. I was thinking about it and I thought about it long and hard and finally kind of decided not to triple captain. I think it's a long season and, you know, I don't think I'm in any hurry to kind of use my triple captaincy chip. I always like to use it at the end of the season, but right now I won't use it. But I'm not against using it. If anybody's kind of getting a feel for it, you should definitely think about it. MT says thanks, much appreciated. You're most welcome, my friend. Buckshot says hi as I was working. Hey Buckshot, I started the stream like about 10 minutes ago. I was very kind of held up in traffic. It was barely made it back home and in a hurry just started the stream. Does Keane start for Everton? That's a difficult question though. With Branthwaite coming back, you know, it's kind of difficult to guess, but if you ask me, I think yes, he will. You know, if you look at what Sean Dyche had to say, he said he has trained all week. I made a call on it last week, decided not to go with him in the squad because I think it was important for him to have a week's training, which he has done. So he will certainly be a part of the squad. So I think Keane should start this game, but I think Jared Branthwaite is knocking on the door. Out Saka, Luis Diaz, Raya, Robertson, Ahmed, in Palmer, Foden. I like that. Ahmed, I think it's I mean, I don't like taking out Raya or Robertson, but Saka and Luis Diaz for Palmer and Foden, yes, why not? Buckshot says Martinelli, Semenyo, or Mikilenko, choose. Martinelli. I would play Martinelli. Buckshot. The reason I say this is because Martinelli is coming back into form, and Martinelli always have a history of kind of tormenting Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I feel he'll have some chance. Aston Villa away is not an easy game for Semenyo either. So why not give Martinelli a chance at home, kind of, you know? And he was really good. He was really good. In the Champions League game for Arsenal, you know. So if I had to choose one, I'd play Martinelli. Arnold, Gabriel, 8 Nouri, Robinson. I need to go one bench. Which one, says Beko? I would bench. I would bench Gabriel, I guess. It's a difficult one, mate. That's the issue, you know. 8 Nouri's got Brighton. I could even bench 1 out of 8 Nouri or Gabriel. I would bench Keane or Robinson. Says Himanshu. Keane or Robinson. I mean, obviously Fulham is the better team, but they don't have Anderson. I'd say Keane, maybe. I don't know. You know, maybe he'll get a header goal or something from the corner. Robinson. I think Fulham will not keep a clean sheet in this game because Anderson got a red card there. Might be a weakened defense. Maybe Keane, Himanshu. It's a difficult one though. You know, maybe why not go with Keane? Maybe Everton's making a comeback and they won last week as well. So, Mavididi or Semenyo? I would go with Mavididi. Foden feels like a transfer out in 2 or 3 weeks. That's definitely, I mean, as soon as Kevin De Bruyne comes back, you know, all these Grealishes and Dokus are fit. You know, I don't know what Pep has with Phil Foden, but he doesn't, I don't know, he doesn't like playing him for some reason. Grealish and Doku didn't play against Sparta. Haaland scored 2 in City 5. I know, but Sparta, you know, like, and Haaland scored a fantastic goal in that as well. And you see, Jugs, since we are captaining Haaland, so if you triple captain him, you know, you're basically just getting, you're not basically essentially getting triple the points because everybody's going to be captaining Haaland anyway. So you're just kind of getting, you know, like 33% more points, if we can say that. So you're getting double the points, or, you know, not rather than triple the points, because everybody's going to be captaining him anyway. So, you know, if you want to go with it, you should go for it. But personally, I'm not going with him. Start DCL or Garnacho? Oh, this is a tough one. Start DCL or Garnacho? Well, Manchester United haven't been doing too well anyways, and they've got a tough game, West Ham away. I would start DCL in this game, Navneet. I would take a chance with DC. He's been in and around the goal. I don't know why he hasn't been scoring. If you look at his numbers, I mean, look at his XG. XG is 1.31 in the game against Ipswich, and he didn't score. So, I mean, I feel it's just variance, and I feel it's coming. I would start DCL. Made the transfers, Palmer in for Saka, Foden in for Diaz, Nouri in for Trent Alexander-Arnold. In dilemma now whether I should go for -4 to get Cunha for Vardy. I would not do that, my friend. I would not do that. Don't take a -4. It is an unnecessary -4 in my opinion, Yersas. You know, you should always take a -4 only when you feel that you can't field playing 11. You know, until and unless, or you can make a marked improvement in your team. Cunha over Vardy, I don't think there's a big jump. Saka to Foden or Stewart to Strand Larsen? They're both good moves. Bench Gabriel or Arnold? I'd bench Gabriel. I'd play Alexander-Arnold. Start Semenyo or Vardy? I would start Vardy. I'd start Vardy. Even though it's Nottingham Forest, Vardy at home can score against anybody. Semenyo, Aston Villa away, I think Haaland triple captain. If you want to do it, I think there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not against it, my friend. Diaz or Semenyo, whom to bench? I would bet Semenyo. I would play Diaz, Zara. Even though I started the stream late, I think we're making good time, guys. I think I'll be able to answer all your questions, and that'll give me a peaceful sleep at night. Because when I was driving back home, I didn't think I was gonna make it. I thought I was gonna stream for my phone. Luis Diaz and Saka replacement have 3. Luis Diaz and Saka, I'd replace them with Palmer and Foden, or maybe Palmer and Son if you have enough money, Abbas. What transfers did you make? I took out Trent Alexander-Arnold for 8 Nouri, and I took out Luis Diaz for Cole Palmer, my friend. I mean, I'm not triple captaining Haaland, by the way, but I'm not against Cunha or Jimenez. I would go with Jimenez. I think Jimenez is in great form, and Fulham have got like really good fixtures. So do Wolves, but personally, I think Jimenez, especially after Pereira missed the penalty, I think they might even put Jimenez on penalties. Neil says, "Hey, was 3 free transfer: Saka, Jota, Eze for Palmer, McNeil, Johnson." If you can do... Oh, I think you need the money. Jota has a history of scoring against Arsenal. I don't know what's up with Jota and Arsenal, but I feel he always scores against us. But if I don't have that bias in my mind, I like your transfers, mate. I think they're all good transfers. But you know, if you ask me, I feel Saka, you know, has a chance to start. Arteta always is kind of... You know, he might start, might not start, we don't know, you know. But if it is the uncertainty you want to take out of your team, I think definitely good moves. Palmer, Johnson, McNeil, or nailed on to start. Johnson is a good pick, no worries. I mean, Johnson could have scored like 2 goals last week easily. Definitely a good pick, Abbas. No issues with Johnson. If you have him, keep him. If you don't have him, if you want him, you can bring him in. The next 4 fixtures are looking good. Havertz, Saka, Gabriel to Guardiola, Palmer, Solanke. I would not take out Gabriel. Why do you want to take out Gabriel, mate? Just if you want to take out Havertz and Saka, or simply just Saka to Palmer would suffice, in my opinion. I think Saka to Palmer is sufficient. Squad lock, transfer rolled, Haaland triple captain, says Jugs. Good luck, mate. Great to see your lock. In my opinion, just take out Saka to Palmer, Yash. I don't think you need to do anything more than that, bro. I think anything more than that would be excessive. Guys, remember, you know, we can't chop and change our teams every week. You know, otherwise we'll keep on struggling to play catch up, and hindsight bias will always keep on affecting us. Make a team for the longer term. For example, I would give you an advice: make a wildcard squad for game week 12 and see which players you would put in that team, and see how much different your current team looks to your game week 12 wildcard draft, and try to get those players which you want for the longer term. You know, it's the easiest way how you can kind of think long term, or kind of, you know, intermediate term, you know, and not just looking at one game week, you know, to make your decisions. Just remember this: make a wildcard squad for game week 12, game week 15, game week 18. Best replacement for Jota, 0 in the bank. Hey Todd, I hope you're doing well. Jota. This not a really, like, I don't like anybody in that price bracket. 7.4. You don't have anything in the bank. I really don't like anybody in that price bracket. Just give me a second, Todd. I'll give you your answer. I'm just kind of trying to sift through the players which I have. See, I think you already would have Mbumo, and it's 7.6 as well. Jared Bowen doesn't have the... I mean, Jared Bowen is an alright, but it's not an explosive option. Thiago Jota is injured. Obviously, injured himself in the... I don't like Gordon's fixtures at all. Chelsea and Arsenal are not a good fixture. I mean, Todd, you could save some money. You could go down to a McNeil of Everton. A McNeil of Everton is is somebody who's gonna give you some money to kind of upgrade in other positions. You know, obviously there's no like standout option, because I know you already have Johnson, so I don't want to recommend Johnson to you. McNeil, maybe, you know, I think you can take McNeil. You know, he's returning good points, and he's just like 5.8. You know, he's just really good option in my opinion. But if you want like for like, in that price bracket. Maybe Bernardo Silva, he's playing all games for City, chopping in with an odd assist and odd. I don't like any options, to be honest with you, in this price bracket. Kadush injured himself. Eze, I don't like. Rashford, no, I don't like. Maybe you can. I think it's really a good option to kind of go down to somebody like even a Mabi Didi is a decent option, but I would not go there. I would simply go down to somebody like maybe a Garnacho. Garnacho is a good option. Even McNeil from Everton is a good option, and then use that fund somewhere else, because we don't have 5 minutes remaining. All right, let's move on. Garnacho is a good option, definitely a good option. I think, and they've got good fixtures coming up too until game week 12. And I think you can pick Garnacho as well. McNeil, Garnacho, I like them both. Pick 2 out of Gabriel, Trent, and Mikalenko. I would pick Trent and Mikalenko. Rogers or Robinson? Rogers. I would play Rogers. I would bench Robinson. McNeil or Johnson? I would go with Johnson. Where's last game week point? I got 28. I think Yash Crown says start Vandenberg, 8 Nouri or Mikalenko. I would start Vandenberg. I would start Vandenberg. Himanshu says Henderson, Trent, Poro, Keane, Rogers, Foden, Raul, Havertz, Haaland. Yes, looks good to me, my friend. Although Henderson obviously doesn't look ideal, but yes, I mean Trent, Poro, Keane, Rogers, Foden, Palmer, Havertz. Yeah, looks good to me, bro. Looks good to me. Guys, 4 minutes remaining. Don't ask too many questions. Please lock your teams. I forgot to set the timer. Obviously, I always kind of forget it, but just a second, guys. I don't have time to set the timer. It's anyways 4 minutes remaining. I'm telling you, 4 minutes remaining. Just lock your teams. Overall rank, I think, should be close to 3 million something, bro. Very bad, not good. However, what's the transfer of this game week? I've taken out Luis Diaz and Trent Alexander-Arnold for Cole Palmer and 8 Nouri, mate. I'm really tempted for Havertz and Saka to Palmer and Solanke. Yes, you can go for it if you want to. I mean, if you can simply go from Saka to Palmer, I think that would be good enough. You can keep Havertz. I don't think Solanke outscores Havertz too much, but if you want, you can do those transfers as well. I'd suggest Saka to Palmer only. Make your transfers, guys. 4 minutes remaining, as Neil told us. 4 minutes to deadline. Lock the teams. Did Saka to Palmer, Havertz to Visa for a -4 and Haaland triple captain. Cheers, Neil. I hope you do well. That's a great transfers to make, bro. Thanks, Wiz. Team lock made 3 free transfers. Cheers, Neil. Cheers. I would love to see the locks, even though I'm just streaming for the last 25 minutes. Henderson, Arnold, Konsa, rolling on transfer. What do you think? Watkins, Wood, Haaland, Palmer, Johnson, Rogers. I like that team, bro. It's good. Looks good. Very good. Drop a like to the stream, guys. Thank you so much for the shout out, Jugs. Guys, lock your teams. I'm not going to be answering any more questions. I want you to lock your teams. No more answers. Mikalenko or Gabriel. I think you can take a chance. Go with Mikalenko. I don't think it makes too much of a difference, to be honest with you. I don't think Gabriel keeps a clean sheet because Saliba is absent. I think it's, they're going to find it a little bit tough to keep a clean sheet. But there you go. I've refreshed my team as well. Oh, mate. It was 2 minutes ago. Guys, lock your teams. I'm not answering any more questions. I'm telling you, no matter whatever you ask, I'm not answering that. Guys, I'm sorry. Timer. It needs to stop. There you go. There you go. Timer needs to go. Right. Guys, 1 minute to go to the deadline. I want you to lock your teams, please. 25 minutes of deadline stream. That's all I got today. Crazy. 1 minute to go. Lock your teams. The hamsters are running full speed. Hey FPL Sam, I hope you're doing well, bro. Welcome to the stream. 1 minute to go to the deadline. If anybody is kind of listening to me and still locking their teams, setting their substitutes, do it. You just got like 30 seconds remaining, guys. Quickly lock. We don't have much time to go now. Zara says locked. I love to see those locks, guys. Absolutely love them. Triple captain is active, says FPL Sam. Cheers, mate. I hope it works out. Maybe one of the times when I'm kind of feeling that I would look at my kind of captain and want him to blank. All right, guys, it's about deadline. Abbas says thanks, bro. You're always welcome, Abbas. Thanks for coming on the stream, mate. And just to fund Palmer, I had to do Saka and Havertz to Solanke and Palmer. Cheers, Yash. I mean, that's all you're looking to do that move anyways. So I think you got what you wanted. I'm gonna be on the gas burner tomorrow, says Neil. Aren't we always, mate? We're always on the gas burner. Guys, it's deadline. You know, today I went to see my friend, and you know, I went to see my friend at a hospital, and I got stuck in traffic, guys. And I was like 100% sure that I was not gonna make it back home by the in time to kind of stream. And by the time I came back, it was like 28 minutes to go by the time I stepped foot into my house. And I set up my stream within the next 2 minutes. Just I didn't change the metadata. I didn't, I barely just changed the thumbnail, and I just came on live. I was thinking I should just turn on my mobile phone and start streaming from that, because I knew the community would have some doubts. But I made it, guys, and I'm pretty happy to kind of address most of the doubts. So that's something. By the way, guys, I would like to kind of tell you that last week Todd started a draft, and it was really fun picking the teams and stuff. So we're kind of planning to do a bigger draft at the start of Game Week 12 after the international break. So if anybody's coming to my Game Week 12 deadline stream, I would recommend you to take out some extra time and stay, so that we can kind of pick our draft and play our draft. So we're looking to play a bigger draft at that time. Right now we just have 6 people in our first draft team, but it was so much fun picking our teams to kind of enjoy, and it was fun, and we'll do it again, all over again in Game Week 12. So if anybody missed our first draft, I would kind of request all of you to join our Game Week 12 draft. So if anybody's interested, Todd will post the link in the Game Week 12 deadline stream, and we can take it from there. And I'll stay live, and I'll kind of pick my team live. And this time I think I should be better prepared, because last time I was just howling and just crying because by the time I got my turn, all the Sakas, all the Palmers and Haalands, and like everybody was gone, and I was like, I didn't know what to do. It was insane, guys. But I had so much fun. I really had so much fun, and I think it takes your mind off the real FPL, and it just kind of makes you feel lighter. So let's do another draft at the start of Game Week 12. I'll tell Todd to set it up for us, and don't worry, guys, the 6 people draft that we are playing now, that we started last week, and I think I'm gonna be the one to win that one. By the way, here's my team for that draft. Now that will I be able to load it? I'm pretty sure that the hamsters working overtime, guys, still not working. Anyways, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, yes, I wasn't. I failed to enter Todd's mini league. It wasn't a mini league, Jugs. It was a draft. So you've got to enter it at the same time as everybody else, because you've got to pick your team live. It was so much fun, to be honest with you. We'll do it again. Don't worry about it. We'll do it again Game Week 12, and let's all, especially the people in the FPL council, should come play, and have a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun picking the team, even though I was kind of howling a lot and kind of moaning a bit, because I didn't get the players I wanted, but I did enjoy it a lot though. Anyways, guys, I can't even kind of do the predictions now because my screen is gone. Let me see if I can kind of do. Nah. The hamsters. I mean, I can obviously open it on Google, I guess. I don't know. There you go. All right. So I'm not sure if you can see it. No, you can't. How should I fix it? Maybe I'll zoom it out a little bit. Guys, I hope you can see it now. There you go. There you go. You got it to work, huh? All right. So let's do the predictions real quick. So the first game in which I don't have any players, unfortunately, is Leicester City versus Nottingham Forest. A lot of people own Chris Wood, Jamie Vardy. Some people own Steph Mavdidi, James Justin. A lot of people own Cells as well. Not a lot of people, but some FPL managers have. Lighter says it was a lot of fun, but I didn't really know what I was doing. Me neither, mate. That's why I'm now ready for the next draft. And remember, I'll get the first turn and I'll get to pick Haaland this time. And I'm not trading it for anybody. So yeah, Leicester versus Nottingham. I feel this is gonna be, this is gonna be a cagey game. I think Nottingham Forest lost their last game, didn't they? No, they won their game 1-0. Wood scored. This is a tough one to predict, guys. This is a tough one. Leicester, I think they won their game right at the death. I think 2-1 to Nottingham Forest. I'm gonna go. This is a difficult one to predict for me, guys. But I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win for Nottingham Forest. So Leicester 1-1 says Todd, and Neil says 2-0 win for Nottingham Forest. I went with the 2-1. Guys, the rest of you, please also make predictions. Lighter says 2-1. It's the same as myself. So Nehal expects Forest to win, Lightrace and myself, and Todd expects them to draw. I'd like them to draw, though. I don't like the way Nottingham Forest have been kind of, giant killers. Kind of, they defeated Liverpool at Anfield. They drew with Chelsea away. They're kind of becoming a little bit dangerous. Kind of a typical Nuno's Espirito Santos team. So I want them to lose, but I feel that they're gonna win this one. Manchester City versus Southampton. First of all, I'm going to say it very clearly. I don't expect City to keep a clean sheet. I know that they're going to find a way, some way to concede a goal. Even, it's going to be the flukiest of goals. Maybe at the start, they're going to concede in the very first minute, so people don't get their hopes up for a Rico Lewis clean sheet. So I'm going with the 1 goal for Southampton, and I guess 4 goals for Manchester City. Maybe they'll conserve some energy. I don't know. Let's see. So 3-1 says Nehal, and all Haaland goals, please, because I know Nehal's triple captain Haaland. I think Haaland, Foden will score some, Haaland will score some, but I think it's going to be an easy kind of, an easy run in the park for Manchester City, this one. 4-1 says Light Race as well, so we got the same prediction. 4-1 for myself and 4-1 for Light Race. 3-1. Everybody expects City to win. And City are such a bad team to kind of, especially for Arsenal fans, every time they kind of, they come close to losing or drawing, and they kind of score right in the death, and it's just so heartbreaking, especially if you're an Arsenal fan, maybe a Liverpool fan. But anyways, so you never expect City to lose anyway. So Brentford versus Ipswich. I expect Brentford to win this game 2-0. Mbumo to score in the first minute, and then Carvalho to score, or maybe Vissa to score in the 63rd minute, something like that. But I feel Brentford won't score too many against Ipswich, but they'll keep a clean sheet. Finally, Flecken will give us some returns, and Brentford will win this one 2-0 in my opinion. Vissa coming back is a big boost for Brentford, because they were struggling. Kevin Schade was not just up to the mark. He missed so many chances against Manchester United. I think Kevin Schade, if it had been Vissa, I think he would have put that chance away. That Kevin Schade didn't even touch the ball. It was a beautiful cross from the left side. Todd says City 4-0. That would be awesome to have a first Rico Lewis clean sheet. So I'm going with a 2-0 Brentford. Lightrez is going with a 3-1 for Brentford. Todd is going with the same scoreline as myself, which happens very rarely these days. So it's a 2-0 Brentford as well. I think Brentford will win this game easily. They've got good fixtures, Brentford, and the defense is becoming better. Although at the start of the season it was a bit shambles, now they're better. 4-1 says Nehal. I wouldn't like that. Even if Mbumo scores all the goals, then I'll like that. Otherwise not. So Brighton versus Wolves. This is going to be a very interesting game to watch. I mean, Brighton are, like they beat Newcastle away. Danny Welbeck scored the goal. Wolves gave City a very good game. They're now looking, they're looking back to, where kind of they belong, the level they want to play. I think I'm going with a 2-2. Brighton and Wolves. I think Wolves will surprise everyone. I don't think Todd says 2-0 to Brighton. Nail says 2-2 as well. I said 2-2 as well. I feel that Wolves will surprise. Cunha is playing well. I hope Ait Nouri scores something, but he's on my bench. Even though I got him in this week, but I put him on the bench in favor of Mikalenko, I guess. Anyways, I think Wolves are going to do well in this game. They're improving. Brighton, obviously a great team, but it's not going to be the same as Newcastle. And Newcastle had like umpteen opportunities to score. And it's just they missed their chances. It was not like that they could not have won the game. They could have easily have won. Lighter says Brighton 3. Todd says, Todd has predicted the next game as well, even before I did. So let's go to the Aston Villa one. Aston Villa, I think Aston Villa will win. Bournemouth will be confident because of the win against Arsenal. Maybe let's score a goal or two. Aston Villa will be buoyant after they're top of the Champions League group, or they were on the day when they won. I'm not sure whether they're on the top now. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Aston Villa. Maybe a 3-1. I don't know. I'll go with a 3-1 win for Aston Villa. Todd says 3-1. Nehal says 2-0. So everybody expects Villa to win. Although I expected Villa to kind of struggle this season because of the Champions League plus, Premier League. I thought it would be too much for their squad. But they got all their players fit at exactly the right time, so they're able to use their squad depth very effectively. Lighter says 2-2. Wow, that would be some result. I'd love that. I'd absolutely love that. But I'm all the Semenyo is on my bench. I'll still love that. Hoping that Saka doesn't play and Semenyo then comes in, and that is purely from an FPL perspective. From a fan perspective, I really, really hope Saka starts against Liverpool. If he doesn't, I think it's going to be a very, very tough game for us to win. Anyways, we'll get to that when we come to that prediction. Everton versus Fulham. To be honest with you guys, I am expecting this game to be a 1-1 draw. Because, I feel that Everton are turning a corner here. They're better in the past 2 or 3 weeks, and even before that I feel that they were not very lucky to get results. They played well in some of the games, especially, do you remember the Bournemouth game? They were leading 2-0 and in the last 15 minutes the game turned around and Bournemouth scored 3, and then they were leading against Aston Villa by 2 goals, and then Aston Villa came back to beat them. So I think they've been unlucky, and I think they're turning a corner, or maybe they're beginning to get their variance back, so on their side. So I feel it's gonna be a 1-1. Let's just go with a 1-1. Todd saying 1-0 for Everton, and Lighter says 2-1 for Everton. Nice. So next is Crystal Palace versus Tottenham. I feel that Tottenham are going to win this game 2-1, although I don't like that result, but I feel that Tottenham are beginning to kind of purr. They're beginning to kind of get into their own and beginning to improve. So I think they're going to beat Crystal Palace. And Crystal Palace have not been at their best. That's also contributing to that prediction. So I'm going with a 2-1 win for Spurs. Just hoping that Bissouma scores 1 goal and maybe Udogie scores the other one. I guess that's all. That's what I would like. Spurs 3-1 says Nehal. So we all expect Spurs to win. The difference is in the scoreline. I think they will win, Spurs. Yeah. Chelsea versus Newcastle. I think away from home, Newcastle are not a good team. Even at home, they got beat by Brighton, but at least they created like loads and loads of chances. Yes, they were not able to put them away, but they did create a lot of chances at home against Brighton. Away from home, I think they're a different animal. And in the game against Liverpool, I think Chelsea were like really, really good. And, on another day, I think, I think it would have been. It could have been a very different game against Liverpool. I think Chelsea could have drawn, could have won. Chelsea were really good, so I expect Chelsea to win this game 3-1 against Newcastle. Let's see what you have to say. Nail says 3-1. Todd says 2-1. Nail says 3-1 to Spurs, and yeah. So we all expect Chelsea to win. Nihal and myself expect 3-1. And Todd says 2-1. Chelsea looked really good. I'm telling you, I've watched the game live. Chelsea were like really good. Unfortunately, they missed their chances, or let's say the Liverpool defense was kind of solid. But Chelsea had the better possession, especially in the first half. Chelsea were like really, really good. But when you have got Salah, you always have a chance. Offside trap was working too. That's the issue though, Neil. Salah actually got behind that trap a couple of times. It created a havoc. Trent is defending well. Yeah, it's because Arne Slot is using Trent in a different way, and he's not even afraid to take him off after like 75 odd minutes. He takes him off if he feels that he needs more control. He is not even afraid to take him off and put on Gomez. Not even Bradley. He put on Gomez in place of Trent. So yeah, I think Chelsea's gonna do well this season. Trent is nursing an injury as well. Okay, I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. Bradley's injured. Oh, all right. That explains it. That explains it. Although Gomez wasn't good against Chelsea, Gomez made a few mistakes, but in the end, they got the job done. So West Ham versus Manchester United. This result is difficult to predict for me. I don't understand how United are playing. I don't understand how West Ham are playing. It's kind of difficult to predict these teams. Lopetegui was their team was like, I think it was 1-1, and then after the half time, it just totally Spurs came on, kind of blew them away. So I think it's gonna be a 2-2. I'm going with the 2-2 draw in this game. I think it's gonna be. Is Kudus is suspended, right? It's gonna be difficult then. I think Kudus gives them a different dimension to what anybody else has in that West Ham team. With him injured, I'm still gonna go with the 2-2. Let's go with the 2-2. Both are in what? El Sacico. Krush suspended, but Bone will cause issues. I know that. Yeah, I'm hoping he would do that as well, my friend. I'm going with the 2-2 as well. I think they're gonna draw. Maybe it's gonna be a 1-1 rather than 2-2. El Sacico. Oh, all right. El Sacico. Yeah, I mean, United fans are pissed off with Ten Hag, like big time. Light Races thinks West Ham is gonna win this 3-1. Then at least one of the El Sacico is going to come live. Ten Hag is going to have to walk if they lose that game so badly to West Ham. Todd, don't say that. You're going to make my heart sink, bro. Don't say that. Arsenal versus Liverpool. I'm not going to predict this game, guys. I'm really kind of concerned about this Arsenal team right now. Bro, why is Erik Ten Hag playing Mazraoui in 10? I have no idea what Erik Ten Hag is doing anymore, my friend. I think they've got a good balanced team, even though they don't have the best nimble midfield, but they signed Manuel Ugarte. I mean, they can play Manuel Ugarte there. I mean, if they're feeling that, they don't have, like, if they want more control and less creativity, play Bruno at 10 and then, play Ugarte and Casemiro behind them, or maybe Kobe Mainu and Ugarte. I don't know, but it's just a shambles in my opinion. I just don't like the way United play. I know they're always kind of been a counter-attacking team, but they don't even look that anymore. I don't know what Erik Ten Hag's philosophy is. Before he came here, I heard lots of good things about him at Ajax. but it's just not working for him, you know. When we can't even say he needs more money or more time. I think it's enough. Now he needs to perform. Otherwise, I think United fans are justified. Guys, predict this game for me, Arsenal versus Liverpool. I really don't want to do it, but I can tell you one thing: if Saka doesn't play this game and Sterling starts on the right wing, I don't hold any hope for this game for Arsenal. Because the thing is, I feel that you know, for example, in the Champions League, Gabriel Jesus started on the right wing. He didn't do much. And you know, as far as Saka, if Saka starts, then we're gonna play with Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, and then in the midfield, we're gonna maybe play Trossard. Or you know, we'll go with the same setup of Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, and Mikel Merino, and then I'm not even sure if Calafiori is gonna be fit. Otherwise, we're gonna play Ben White, and Gabriel, and Thomas Partey is gonna move to the right back position because that's where he played in a couple of games this season. Lightra says, I've been Eric Ten Hag out for a long time. Nihal says, Eric Ten Hag has been deluded since the beginning of the season. Winning FA Cups has not saved Mourinho and Louis van Gaal. Why is he still in charge? Todd says, thanks, Wiz. You're always welcome, Todd, and thank you so much for coming on the stream, man. I appreciate it always. If Sterling starts 2-0 Liverpool, he's gonna give the ball away a million times. It's just not the same player that we saw at Manchester City or even at Liverpool before that. You know, ever since he was in Chelsea, he did not perform that well. But I'm hoping, you know, coming off the bench, maybe he'll score a couple of crucial goals for us, and that's all I hold hope from Sterling anyways. But this is a very important game for Arsenal too, and if they want to be considered as title contenders, I mean, if they lose this game after the Bournemouth game, you know, it's gonna be early curtains. Not early curtains, but you know, at least it'll give us the indication as to where the league is gonna go this season. Honestly, I hope it's a good game and no handball. It's gonna be alright, mate. I think it's gonna be a great game of football to watch, even though it may not be like a gung-ho, like a kitchen sink style game. I think it'll still be very tactical, very nice to watch. I think Saliba being absent from this game gives a big edge to Liverpool attackers in this game. You know, Lightra says 2-2. Man, please Arsenal win this one. I want Arsenal to win this one, guys. You know, I remember all my life I've supported like Arsenal, and I've supported Rafael Nadal. You know, and I found a way to kind of shut my window from one place and you know, just kind of focus on somewhere else. Maybe focus on Nadal, you know, on tennis for a bit to take my mind off football. But now Nadal is retired as well, and I don't know where to look, guys. You know, Arsenal. I just want Arsenal to win one league. That's all I want. Wiz here for Nadal love. Always have been love for him. Exactly, mate. Exactly. I mean, that's exactly why I started to support Arsenal. Every one of my friends used to. Used to support Manchester United when I was a kid. Not a kid, maybe I was in school. You know, everybody supported Manchester United. It was like the default kind of everybody saying yes, like, you know, like Sir Alex Ferguson and the Van Nistelrooys and the Beckhams. And even in my country, they didn't sell, like, they only sold posters of Beckham and Van Nistelrooys and like all these, you know, like everybody like saying, yeah, you know, they had like these Ferdinands and Vidic, and even before that Cantonas and all that. So like I was you know, I always have had supported the underdog, always have. And I started you know, supporting Arsenal because I felt that this is the team who could beat United, and you know, and they did. You know, it was you know, and they did for a while, and then Arsenal got sold, and you know, I feel that the soul kind of left our club when we left Highbury for the Emirates. That old stadium feel, the the power that the crowd had at Highbury, it was lost. And you know, Emirates has never ever felt the same to me. You know, it has never felt like home. You know, only very recently, until like Arteta came and united the crowd behind him, and everything was like positive. The crowd, the manager. You know, until that time, we've been like, we lost the Champions League final in 2006. You know, that early red card for Lehmann. It was, you know, it's been a rebuilding phase, and all my life, it has essentially been my life, guys. From 2006 till 2024, I've supported Arsenal season in, season out. You know, I supported Arsenal when we got stories of, you know, like a new prodigy in Fabregas, and you know, Thomas Rosicky becoming fit again, and you know, the Ramses and Jack Wilshere's, and you know, Abu Dhabi's injury, and Eduardo broke his leg and we lost the league, you know, when Eduardo suffered that horrific injury. I've been through all that, guys. You know, I've seen a lot. Just not. I've suffered the 8-2s at United. I've suffered the 6-1s at Chelsea. I've suffered the 6-0s, the 5-0s at Liverpool. You know, suffered a lot. I've you know, suffered a lot, and but I've always been supportive of the underdog. Whenever I have to select a team to support, and which I won't do now because I already have my affinities now. I'm already like you know, past that stage where I'll look for a new team or a new sport to find affinities. You know, maybe in tennis, I'll look for somebody else to support because Nadal is now gonna retire. You know, maybe I'll have the scope to kind of find new player to support. I never love anybody as much as I loved Rafael Nadal, though. You know, but maybe another player will come along and you know, just win our hearts again. And you know, I think I've got it in me, and I've got enough longevity to support one more player, and that's about it before our time comes to an end. Anyway, so guys, anyways, I don't know what I was talking about, what I started talking about, and where I've gone. But anyways, whatever I've said, I hope you enjoyed it. Last week points, says Bikalu. I got 28 points, Bikalu. I'm not sure. Yeah, I got 20. I got 28 points, I think. It was 28. Abbas says, where are you from? I'm from Punjab, Abbas, India. I think you can already make out I'm from India, so I told you my state. So I'm from Punjab. And everybody was watching cricket when I used to watch football. I mean, I watched a lot of cricket as well. I'm not saying that I'm not a cricket fan. Everybody in India is, you know, by the time they're born with a bat and ball in their hand anyway. But, you know, I was like one of the very few people who actually watched Thomas Muster win Wimbledon. I watched, like, you know, Ian Wrights and Dennis Bergkamps, and, you know, at that time, nobody was watching football. I used to kind of, you know, go over to my friends' house. They had a dish TV, you know, and I used to watch the games there. It's been a long journey anyways, guys. I don't want to ramble anymore. I'll just read out the teams for you, and then I'm gonna be gone. I just wanted to stay a little bit more because I came very late to the stream. So the lineups are Hermanson, Ricardo, Akali, Fez, Justin, Winks, Ndidi, Bonanote, Fatavu, Mavididi, and Vardy. So Fatavu starts. All right. And Nottingham Forest sells Aina Murillo. I'll just post it. Why the hell am I reading it? So I'll just post it in the chat. So these are the lineups. So no Morgan Gibbs-White for Nottingham Forest. That's the news. Basically, Morgan Gibbs-White is not starting. Great, bro. I could make out from the accent, but your conversational skills are refined. Thank you so much, Abbas. I've been playing Xbox all my life. I actually when I was very young, I made friends with people from France and Canada and like Germany and Brazil and Portugal. Actually, we used to have a clan in Red Dead Redemption 1. We used to play online, and I had a clan, and I played a lot. I was like on top of the leaderboards for like a very very long time in Red Dead Redemption. I kind of feel like I spent like half of my life playing RDR on Xbox, and then and that's where I got my accent from, because I used to talk to my friends all the time. I spoke more to my friends on Xbox than I used to do in my real life when I was playing RDR, and that's how I made friends all over the world. And I'm so proud to say that like those friendships, like they've kind of uh, you know surpassed the realms of Xbox, and I made real life friends with so many people. One friend is in Germany. He actually came to visit me. He stayed with me. Uh, and we regularly talk to each other on WhatsApp, and we made lots of friends, and that's what happened on FPL as well. I made so many friends outside of kind of just online or virtual life. I actually made real life friends, and that's why to be honest with you guys, I'm just gonna tell you, like, I don't make anything from this channel. I barely kind of I barely make anything from this channel. And my wife has been telling me to kind of just let it go, for the last 2-3 years, because she said that because you can't do this face cam thing because of my job, she said that you're never going to be able to grow this channel beyond a certain limit, because there's a limit to what you can do without the face cam. But I've built this beautiful community, and I keep coming back for the community. I don't come here to get more subscribers, more likes, more new people to follow my channel. I think I'm beyond those things now. I don't look for all that stuff. All I look for is just interact with my beautiful like FPL community here 1 hour before the deadline. Enjoy our times. Enjoy the tensions, enjoy the panics, enjoy the points, enjoy the happiness, and that's all I want, guys. Life is simple if you want it to be. Anyways, guys, I think it's been we've digressed a lot from the topic for today, and let's talk more when the time comes. So thank you so much for being here on the stream, and I apologize to everybody for being late, but I'm still glad that I was able to make it with 30 minutes to go, and was able to answer all your questions. I'll see you for next week's deadline stream. I hope you have a great game week. I hope you have a green arrow. I'll see you for next week. Until then, take care, everybody. May the arrows be green. FPL Wizard signing out. Bye-bye.